everybody, it's Cheryl. Welcome back to my studio. I am so excited to be here with all of you today. It's another Friday night. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Wow, so last week when I did my video, all of a sudden it got like major views and it was like, oh yeah, I haven't done this in a while. So I'm back. I've got the front light worked out. We have a little bit of a dark spot down here, but not much I can do about that. So I wrote a blog post today. Hello, if you are there, give me a thumbs up. I see you, Amy. Hello, Amy. If you're there, give me a thumbs up. If you're there, throw some emojis up there so I know you're there. Feel free to comment throughout. I have a bunch of things going on. This week, surprisingly, I was really busy. And wow, my hair looks really frizztastic in these lights today. Super busy all week long. I really just cranked out a whole ton of work, and I'm really excited about that. And one of the things that I put out this week was on my blog, on Modern Quilts Unlimited blog. Now, did you know that I was the blogger for both Machine Quilting Unlimited and Modern Quilts Unlimited? I bet you didn't know that. So that is new. The other thing is that on the Modern Quilts blog today, I put out my oldest UFO. Now, if you are one of the people out there who don't have any UFOs, you are banned forever from my page. I take that back. If you don't have any UFOs, that's great. A lot of people start projects and then they work all the way through them and they don't have any UFOs, and these are also some people who don't have a lot of stash. I don't like the word stash. I personally don't like to call my fabric collection a stash. Hello, Diane. How are you from Texas? Let me just start by saying here in Chicago, it is freezing outside. Freezing outside. It is negative 10, I believe, tonight. Negative 10. So, okay. So, on the Modern Quilts Unlimited blog, I put up a picture of my UFO, but I actually have my UFO here, and I'm going to show it to you. Hello, Kathy. How are you? Today in the studio, we still have the tulips and spools, thread hanging, wall hanging that I got from my Quilt Guild. And remember, I got that for $10, so it's going to hang in here for a while. Okay, so my oldest UFO in my studio right now is a Baltimore album quilt that I started in 2001. Now, the reason I remember it was 2001 was because I was taking a year-long Baltimore album quilt class, and in that class, of course, when we got to the September meeting, it was September 11th, 2001, and they canceled the meeting, and it was also my Quilt Guild night, and I was the president, and I had to cancel the meeting. So I'll never forget what year I started my Baltimore album quilt, but oh boy, digging it out. What I'm most impressed about with my Baltimore album quilt, and I'm going to show you all the blocks that I have done so far. What I'm impressed about is that the fabrics still look decently modern. They don't look old. You know, this quilt is 18 years old as of this year. That's pretty old. So 18 years ago, fabric wasn't what it was today, so, you know. Anyway, this is just, well, this is the blocks. These are the blocks that I have done so far in this Baltimore album quilt. Now, one of the things I'll tell you about the blocks and they've been folded up in a bag in my UFO box. The background fabric, luckily when I bought it, I bought 12 yards of it. That's the most amount of fabric I've ever bought, short of something being off the bolt. I just wanted to make sure I was not going to have a problem with the background. And so these are the very popular at the time Jennifer Sampo swirls. And this is the cream on cream colorway of that. And I love this fabric, and I bought a ton of it. So here we go. Are you ready to see it? Throw me some thumbs up if you're ready to see it. I'm kind of sort of making a pile here of the various blocks because there's only one that isn't finished. And then I'll tell you the stories behind some of the others. Okay, one of the very first ones that I did was this one. And now this is all needle turn applique. So there you can see the Jennifer Sampo swirls. It's a white on, it's like a cream on cream. I love this fabric. It's, I figured if it was going to be in my Baltimore album quilt, I really had to love it. Otherwise I could have just used like cream, plain cream or muslin, or white. And nope, I chose this Jennifer Sampo print. Okay, so this is the block, all right, and as you can see, it's a paper cut design, and I'm even going to show you my stitches. Look at that. Not too shabby, I say, for it being 18 years old. Now, this fabric is got sort of like a paisley effect, and it is green and purple. Now, most traditional Baltimore album quilts are red and green because those were the colors that were available in the 1860s. I do not like red and green outside of Christmas, and therefore I wanted purple and green. I wanted to keep the green, but I wanted to change out the red for purple. So that was the very first block that I did. Now they get more interesting from there. So here's the strawberry block. I'll back that up for you, you can see it. Now I like this one a lot, and what this one taught you was all of the little fiddly curves in here, like right in there. Look at that. The ring light's doing a great job lighting up the work, don't you think? Like, I like how you can see everything. Hey, Vicky, I'm showing my UFO since I had to get it out for Modern Quilts Unlimited's blog today. We're showing off this Baltimore album quilt. So all of those little valleys in there, that was really tough to applique, and here you can see my stitches on the back. Not too shabby. So what do you think so far? Thumbs up if you like it. Make me a sad face if you don't like it. I don't think anybody's gonna throw up a sad face at a Baltimore album quilt, right? Okay, so here is the reverse applique version. Now, you can see the shadowing of the dark purple behind there. That's all going to get cut away. And that is, wow, you can really see my stitches on that one. Take a look. Isn't that cool? All right, so this again is that Jennifer Sampo swirls, but that's the purple, but the whole background of the quilt is the white. So I really like this one, but I have to do an awful lot of fussy cutting to get all that shadowy dark purple out from behind. But that's reverse applique. Once I did this block, I never want to do another reverse applique project ever again. No offense to all of you who love to do reverse applique. Thumbs up to you, but not me. Yes, that is Vermithraxis, Destroyer of Worlds, singing the song of her people, as she wants to do at this late hour. Okay, so here's another one. Now, isn't that pretty? That's like a snowflake. And again, it is done with the paisley, which I thought was really cool to put the very like center dot of the paisley in the middle of that block, which is really neat. Anyway, you can see my very fine stitching on the back. So that is block number, what are we up to now? 4 of these. This is my oldest UFO. Started in 2001. It's gonna be 17 years old today. All right, where are we? Okay, we're getting down to my favorite blocks. I kind of left them for last. Okay, this one still has a needle in it 18 years later. Look at that. The needle with the thread is still in it. Okay. Hello, Dee. How are you? If you're out there, say hello. If you're out there, give me a thumbs up. This one, I love this one. Okay. So this is what they call a lyre shape, L-Y-R-E, because it's shaped like a harp, you know, and you can... Anyway, hey Kelly, hey Elizabeth, how are you? So this is that lyre shape for the Baltimore album quilt, and what's my favorite part of this block? This right here, the ruched center. I love the ruched center. Sharon, how are you? Thank you for giving me a skull emoji. So look at that ruching. Put that right up to the camera. Look at that ring light. Look at how well that lights my work up. I love my ring light. You can see it in my glasses, and this video is much brighter than the last one. So you can see that there. That's the ruching. Look at how 3D it is. Look at how much it sticks up from the edge of the work. Ooh, isn't that cool? So I was into that fabric manipulation stuff back then in 2001. I never claimed to invent all these fabric manipulation techniques. They've been around for ages. And this one you can find on Baltimore album quilts way, way, way back into the 1860s. So that one is really cool. Oh, I will tell you, at the time I worked full-time when I did these, and I mostly appliqued these on my lunch break. And how can you tell? Look at that. There's a stain on it, but most of this is going to get cut away, so I don't even really worry about that. Hey Maddie, how are you? Okay, so we're getting down to my last 2 very favoritist blocks, and then we'll show you the big one. Oh, wait till you see these, Sharon. Yeah, they had interwebs in 1860. They did not have the interwebs. That is not how those ladies learned this stuff. Here is one of my favorites of them all. Look at that one. And here is the coolest part. These flowers are dimensional. They're fabric manipulated rosebuds tucked into the little spots. Aren't they cool? They're my favorite. So, for those of you who are just joining us, I am showing you my oldest UFO. I started in 2001, and it is my goal in 2018 to finish this behemoth. Diane says, love the colors. Yes, I picked purple and green as my colors for my Baltimore album quilt because red and green, to me, is Christmas. And I know that that's traditional for 1860s era. It just wasn't me, and it still isn't me. And I love purple and I love green, and I love them together, and I love this quilt still. And notice that the fabrics, like they don't look like calico for being 18 years old. So, but again, take a look at those super dimensional flowers, like that light purple couple there. I love these. The buds are awesome, Sharon. Diane says that hers is from 1995. Leslie asks, did I make all the blocks in 2001 and have I worked on it since? Yes, I made these blocks in 2001 and into 2002 and then stopped. Who knows? Probably because of this block right here. I'm just gonna say. Because this one is, out of all of the blocks so far, this one is like my all-time favorite. Okay, again, it's the lyre shape. And it is also dimensional buds, but they have all of those little forks sticking up, and those are actually appliqued over the edge of each one of those little buds. And man, do I love this one. Look at those down there. They're so pretty. Take a look. Oh, hello, Vermi. Come on in. I know I left the door open for you. She's singing to you. She sings the song of her people about this time of night. And so they're all in here like, woo, you opened up the door. Let me in. You gonna come up here? Hi. You want to come up here? Maybe? Maybe. Okay. Come on over here. Look, everyone. Oh, nope. And she's gone. So there you go. That's Vermithraxis, Destroyer of Worlds. That is her name. Her sister also lives with us. Her name is Lily, and she is around here somewhere. She was digging in one of the boxes. Anyway, all right, so the last block that I have for this UFO, the very last one that is not completely finished, and it actually has a cute little story, so let me just show it to you first. All right, so this one is the only one that has like a motif in the center. Now I think you can see the pencil marks still from where the appliques get placed. So right there, you can see the pencil marks. Stardom is fleeting. I know, she just does not want to be on camera. She'll sing, but not, want to be on camera. And there are supposed to be, and they're very, very lightly drawn in, little berries and leaves along the stem of this. Now, this is an important block. There's no reason that it's not. Yes, these are all needle turned. Look at all the stitches. Whoa, it's stuck on my button. Stitches on the back, needle turn applique. Most of these were freezer paper on top. So it's freezer paper, needle turn applique. Surprise, surprise, there's a tutorial for that on the Modern Quilts Unlimited blog. So if you go to the Modern Quilts Unlimited page, go to the blog, you'll see a needle turn applique tutorial that I wrote that shows you how to do that with freezer paper on the top. Or sorry, on the bottom. But there you go. So what is, and again, there's that Jennifer Sampo swirls in the blue, and also you can see it in the purple. So this design is the logo for the Baltimore Heritage Quilters Guild. And I blew it up and turned it into a block for my Baltimore album quilt. Now, I was a member of them for almost 10 years or more, so, and I was president, and I served on every board position. So that is the logo of the Baltimore Heritage Quilters Guild, and I'm very excited about that. Okay, now here's the biggest piece that's still undone. Now, there are 10 blocks out of 12 that are done. One design I absolutely have already traced out onto the background, and I actually have to scrap it entirely because it was based on my wedding. And so since I'm not married anymore, I have to take that block and put it somewhere else. And I have to design a new block for the quilt. And so I think I'm gonna do a hidden skull somewhere in the quilt. Can't decide where. Maybe it'll be in this next piece that I'll show you. But of the 12 blocks, 9 are complete, totally complete. 10 is the bird, and that one is not done. And then this is what they all go around, which is the center. And it actually is an orientation. And this is how much is done. Just the bottom row of this giant ring. So this is supposed to be a giant ring, and then in the center, and you can see it just, I have it drawn out in pencil where the appliques will go, is you can see 2 trees and a house. And so my Baltimore album quilt was going to be truly an album style with the ring of flowers around, using all the different colors and introducing a couple new colors. You can see the finished part there, and it introduces some pink and also some more blue, which I have to now put the pink into one of the blocks because the blue is introduced with the bird. And so design-wise, this is all that is done. So the giant 1 yard square center is not done. It's only just the bottom part of the ring, and then 10 out of 12 blocks. And that's all that's done out of this this quilt. And that is, it's a lot, because what I would do is I would do this stuff on my lunch break at work and put the skull instead of the house. Ooh, that's really tough to do. That's a lot of skull. Now, a friend of mine in the Baltimore Heritage Quilters Guild, she makes many Baltimore album quilts. That's like her thing. She just makes one after another. And she has one that is a Edgar Allan Poe based Baltimore album quilt, which was awesome. And it was actually hung at Quilt Festival many years ago. So that is my oldest UFO. I am committed to trying to get some of it done this year. I don't know how much I'll actually get done. I do love it though, because it's got all that fiddly fabric manipulation and stuff, and you know, anyway, I'm just really excited about it. Lee, hello, how are you? I see you out there. And someone did ask, will I put a link to the Modern Quilts Unlimited blog? Yes, I will. I will put it into the description after this video is posted to the interwebs. I'll put the link. Sharon says, put the skull in the window of the house. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm actually thinking of hiding it like somewhere in like one of these flower, like these boughs, you know. I think that would be kind of cool. You know, it's been 18 years, so it's my quilt. I can do what I want. I should make a whole quilt out of like, you know, Halloween style Baltimore album quilt blocks. That would be cool. All right, so in the comments, put in the comments if you have a UFO. How old is your oldest UFO? And now for the greatest Christmas present a girl could receive. As you know, my dad does not live with me, but he lives nearby, and he comes over every week. And I've really enjoyed getting to know my father more as time has gone on, and we hang out more and more. And he gave me a Christmas gift that was a shirt box. And the shirt box was like heavy. And I thought, wow, what did he get me? Right? And so I opened up the box on Christmas morning. And he's like laughing and telling, like, he's got this kind of grin on his face. Like he's super excited about it. Hang on here. It's very dry in here. So anyway, he gives me this box and I'm like super excited about it. And I open it up and there is, and I see this, right? And I unfold what is obviously a hooked rug, and underneath the hooked rug is a gift card to Barnes & Noble. So he was tricking me by weighing the box down with this hooked rug. But then he told me, and he was like kind of joking. He was like, oh yeah, I put that old rug in there. I made that. So this is Dad's hooked rug from the 70s that I am now the proud owner of. Let me tell you, this is going to get hung at a pride of place in my home. Now, I asked him where he stored it because it smelled awful. Like, it smelled so bad. And he said that it was in the garage. And it is clearly made of synthetic fiber because I think all the little creatures would have eaten this by now. But you can see the oh-so-70s keepsake there. Yep, thank you, Sharon. What a great keepsake it is. Now, I've already, I used soak. So I used some soak and kind of like let it sit in the soak for like 10 or 15 minutes and sort of gave it a good like zhuzh. It's latch hook. It is definitely latch hook rug. It's a latch hook rug. Here's the back. He was so funny about it. He was like, yeah, your mother and I used to do these all the time. And I'm like, what? No. Where are they all then? Apparently this is the only one that survived the 70s. Now, I'm kind of digging the, 70s brown and orange there. And Dad was like, I think it's a sunset. I'm like, yeah, Dad, it's a sunset. Anyway, that was like the Christmas gift that I liked it better than the Barnes & Noble gift card that he was trying to use to weigh it down. So I thought that was great. Now, yeah, it washed up really great using soak, and so it rinsed out. Now, there's like just a couple of places, like right here on the edge. It's a little dirty. It's a little extra, I probably could give it one more wash, but it smells a million times better than what it did. It really stunk. Now, this is going to get hung up on the wall. Very similar to these. I may use the clip systems on it, or I probably, as my father suggested, just use a couple of nails. And I probably will hang it. Now, I have to hang it somewhere high enough that the cats aren't going to decide that they will use it as a scratching post. So it has to find a very interesting place for it to hang. But it is going to hang in the house. Is there a label on it? Sharon is asking. No, there is not. You can see, and he even took the time. He sewed down the extra. This was a kit. You can clearly see in some of these sections that there were, like, if you fold it in the right way, like right here, you can see like a pink line, and I think that that was the line that you followed to know like where to stop rug hooking, latch hooking. And he said, I think there was a little thing, but he means the latch hook, you know, hook. And I showed him a crochet hook, and he was like, yeah, it was kind of like that. The fact that my dad did some fiber art pleases me to no end. Like, I am so excited. Jean says she remembers those kits. I'm old. Hey, I had a Pac-Man one. So, like father, like daughter, I tried a latch hook kit myself. I wish I knew where my Pac-Man one was, because I would hang that thing, like, right there, you know? But, so this was the best Christmas present a girl could get, is a latch hook rug from her dad. Now, there's no label. I'll show you the back. No label, but I think I'm going to make him one. And I'm going to make him sign it. So I think that would be a good idea. If you think that's a good idea, give me some thumbs ups to if I should put a label on it for Dad, right? Did he also do macrame? Not that I know of. Now, he may surprise me yet. That would be pretty cool. This is the only thing he's told me that he's actually made. Now, I do know that Dad, I do know that Dad, it made a lot of, he did a lot of model cars. And so, you know, crafting like small hobby kits and things like that was a big deal to him. The fact that this came as like a pre-done, sort of pre-packaged thing is right up my dad's alley. And I think he should get into it again, if you ask me. Anyway, that was a really, really cool, cool gift. Like, Dad, the fiber artist, who knew? Like, can you see this hanging here, right? Like, that's awesome. So anyway, so what else is going on? What's going on with you guys? You guys got any questions? Now's the time to ask them. I have a giant bag of fabric that I am sorting through right now, that I got from the Textile Discount Warehouse, which is in Chicago, and it is what it sounds like in the name. It is a textile warehouse that is very much like the end of the Indiana Jones movies, where it is nothing but a sea of corridors of bolts of fabric. Now, I say bolts, I mean rolls, because it's mostly garment and upholstery fabric. But I was looking for some cosplay fabric, so I had to find my way into there, and oh boy, I spent some money. So I'm going through some of that. I can show some of that to you next Friday. I also put up all brand new e-textile components on my website. So if you haven't been to my website in a while, go to shop.muppin.com and take a look at all the new stuff. Now, as far as the skull merchandise, Leslie says, can't wait to see you at our guild. Awesome! I would love to come to your guild. If you are in a guild and you'd like to have me come and talk, I will happily do that. So be sure to ask your guild president or program chair to invite me out. I would love to do that. And the skull merchandise, so the last of the colored shirts are on the website. That's it. Once the colored shirts are gone, we're going to stick with gray and black. So if you want one of the colors, take a look at the website. That's going to be the last of those. There are going to be black vinyl stickers. So if you have a light colored car and you want one of these skull vinyl stickers for the back of your car, we're going to have the black skull stickers starting tomorrow. So that's going to be cool. I promise you it's just water, not alcohol. It is 2018, not 2012, like I tried to tell you last week, which was a lot of fun. What goodies do I have over here? Oh yeah. Pam says she thinks she needs the mug. The mug is on the website, muppin, muppin.com. A friend of mine, when I taped for It's So Easy, her name is Felice, and you may know her online as I Am Luna Sol, and she's got a really fabulous Instagram, so if you follow her on Instagram, she did this line of fabrics called Catterday. Isn't that cute? Catterday. Since we had an appearance by Vermithraxis, I figured I would show you. Now, some of these are little cat scratches. Aren't they cute? And my favorite, which you have to have a cat sense of humor to get this one. Maddie, if you're still watching, you're gonna like this one. This fabric right here, right? It looks like a little star. It's not a star. Remember, it's about cats. What do you think? Right? It's a cat fabric. Use your imagination, and yes, Felice did go there. So yeah. Hi Ben, how are you? Ben is one of my co-workers from Diamond Comic Distributors. Hello, hello. Yeah, Leslie's laughing. She got it. It's a cat butt. I'll show it to you again in a different colorway. Let's find a good colorway. Here's the pink. No, they don't have it in the pink, the light pink one. Hang on. Oh, here's one in orange. It's the best, right? If you didn't know, it just looks like stars. Anyway, Catterday fabric. You can get it right now at your local quilt shop. Catterday is available right now, and look at these super cute cat faces. Oh, wrong side. Look at those. It's a fairly new line, Sharon. Yeah, Mary says it looks puckery. Look at the little cat faces. There's little American short hair and British short hair, and there's all the different cat breeds on there. It's super cute. Anyway, this is the Catterday line. It's from Wyndham Fabrics. Light pink would have been too obvious. Yeah, there's also a brown in here, Pam. I think that would have given it away. But it didn't, she didn't provide it in the brown, so that's good. Anyway, Catterday Fabrics, take a look for that. That's out of Wyndham Fabrics. And I think that's all the fabric that I have in here that you have not seen. So, right. Okay. All sorts of new e-textile light up stuff coming. Where am I going to be? Next week, I will be in Craft Napa, in Napa, California. So I'm going to be teaching there. Sharon says she likes Tula Pink fabrics with the cat food cans. Yes, Tabby Road was the name of that fabric, and that is super cute fabric, that Tabby Road. Whew, she's making a $1 million bucks. Well, maybe not $1 million, but she's making a lot of bucks off of that. Right, light up components. Next week, Craft Napa. If you're in the Napa, California area, there are still some places in my cartooning class. I think my e-textiles class is sold out. The class is called Learn to Become an E-Textile Engineer. It's way easier than it sounds. And then also cartooning for quilters, which is awesome. After that, I'm doing something super secret that I can't tell you about right now. And then after that, I will be starting the rounds at my guilds. And I will also be teaching for the Original Sewing and Quilt Expo in Atlanta. And I'll be doing some fabric manipulation classes and also some cosplay classes. So if you're into the cosplay stuff and you're in the Atlanta area, you'll be able to check me out there. Just to speak really quickly about what's going on over at So Much Cosplay, because there's so much going on at So Much Cosplay. So Much Cosplay, we are ramping up for Comic-Cons and the debut of the trunk show of all the costumes that are in the cosplay line. And so I'm really excited about that. I've been working my tail off making costumes, and I can't wait to show them to you because they are all super secret right now. And so with the costume stuff, if you go to sewmuchcosplay.com, that's SEW muchcosplay.com, you can sign up for my newsletter and you can get a complete body measurement chart for you to put in your measurements and then take with you when you are shopping for patterns or putting your cosplays together or all of that stuff. So you can get the free complete body measurement chart by going to sewmuchcosplay.com and signing up for our regular newsletter. So yeah. What kind of questions you guys got? Because I got about 10 more minutes before I need to go and my battery runs dead. So, let's see. Mary says, I can't wait to see all of your amazing costumes. Me too. I can't wait for you to see them either. Because I don't like when things have to be so secret. It looks like I'm not doing any work when I'm actually doing a ton of work. That's always really hard as a quilt teacher, quilt person. You're trying to make stuff, but you got to use it for certain things, and you know you can't give it away. Pam, what part of Texas are you in, Pam? I'm actually coming to the Tri-County Quilt Guild, and I don't remember where they are, but I think it's Houston. Again, for the second time this year. But if you're in can you get to Houston, then that's where I'll be. Corpus Christi. I don't think that's anywhere near. I don't know my Texas geography as well as I know other geography, and it's the same with California. I'm going to Napa. I have no clue where Napa is in the whole California landscape. I don't know if I'm up or down. So I don't know if Corpus Christi is like really like south or if it's more west or if it's more east, but tell your quilt guild we can be booked. I can be booked. Jessica Darling has a shop here if I know her. I do know Jessica Darling, and maybe we can work something out with Jessica, so you never know. That would be kind of exciting. I love to travel. If you have a quilt guild, you can ask me to come on out. I'm very excited about that. Taking bookings for the end of 2018 and also for 2019 already. I have signed a contract for 2019 already, which is kind of crazy. Leslie says, I'll be in Antioch in August. Yes, I do know where Antioch is. As a matter of fact, I'm coming up that way for a quilt retreat that we do every winter, and it's in Zion, Illinois. And Antioch and Zion are what we Illinoisans like to say is close to the Cheddar Curtain. So it's very close to Wisconsin. And so if you are near, you guys are up there in Antioch near the Cheddar Curtain of the frozen tundra of Wisconsin. Not that all the rest of Illinois isn't frozen right now, because we are cold. It is negative 10 degrees tonight. Woo! All right, what else we got? Just a couple more minutes of battery left in my phone. I did a webinar today on cosplay. I did the whole webinar, and then the last 5 minutes my phone hung up and I had to like dial in, and I'm like frantically dialing back in, and there's dead air. while the webinar is just sitting there, people are asking like, did we lose your audio? I felt so bad. It came back real quickly. I was able to dial back in, but I hate when technology goes crazy on you. Leslie says, yes, she grew up on the other side of the curtain. I wonder if you grew up near the Mars Cheese Castle, because that's one of my favorite things to do when I cross into Wisconsin is go to the Mars Cheese Castle, because they have awesome cheese. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of my Baltimore album quilt UFO. So if you don't know what UFO means, it's unfinished objects. This is also what they call a pig. It's a project in bags. Or project in a grocery sack. That's called a pig or pigs. But this, I call them UFOs. So anyway, yeah, these blocks are 18, 19 years old. I did them, while I worked at Diamond Comic Distributors. I got to move the camera back like just a hair, because every time I pound on this table, it's an earthquake. So, all right, I think we're done. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me tonight on a Friday night. That's awesome. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you like this video, share it with your friends. It's always great to have new followers on my page. They also can laugh at me to go into a UFO luncheon tomorrow. That's awesome. That's a great way to get rid of your UFOs. I love that. So yeah, next week I will not be doing a video because I will be in Napa, California, but I will probably try to do a very, very short video from Napa. So that would be really cool. I'm going to try. No promises. We'll see how busy I am. So, okay. So now we have, we've covered everything, I think. We've gotten the Christmas gift. We've got the UFOs. All right. So thanks, everybody. Be sure to follow my website. Go to my blog, www.muppin.com. Thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Friday night, as usual. And I will see you all later. Yeah, Sharon, good night. See ya. Good night. Bye.